Okay, everyone, welcome to our final part of our 4-day medicine wheel video. Okay, so for those who are watching this video for the first time, my advice for you is to first look into part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this video so that you can benefit a lot from the medicine wheel, because this is already the last part of the readings, no series of readings. So there are links provided in the description box so that you can go to any of the parts that you would like to go to. At the same time, we have 3 choices here. No, for those in pile 1, the gemstone is lapis lazuli, so they have already chosen since the start. So if you want to, you just have to continue. And then for pile 2, we have amethyst. And then finally for pile 3, we have the black obsidian. No, there are links also to the timestamps of each pile in the description box, so it's easy for you to go to. So if you are in part 1, we are going to go straight to it now. For the amethyst, you can go straight to it by clicking on the timestamp, and also for the black obsidian. So we now go to pile 1. Hello pile 1, welcome to our final part 4 of the medicine wheel. Now this is going to be very exciting. I mean, this is going to be an exercise that is a little it's like a play, no? It's an exercise also of our intuition, no? Because today we are going to create a crystal grid. So what is a crystal grid? So every part of the universe, no, every part of the universe have a certain pattern, no, that makes everything function well, no. There is what they call the sacred architecture, no, and every cell have a certain pattern. Every single particle has a special pattern, no. It's like this, no, it's something like this, no? There's a certain pattern in it, no. And what we're going to do now is, usually how do you create a crystal grid? Usually you use your intuition, no. With the available crystals that you have, you use your intuition and you try to create spokes of crystals, no, around you. You can do it in a spontaneous way. You allow your intuition to ride wild, no. After you scatter the crystals, you can even put other articles like feathers and things like that, no. And why do we do this? No, they say if you create these certain patterns, no, it has some positive effects on you. Now, for example, if you have certain dreams that you want to manifest, no, having this crystal grid for a certain period of time would help these things to manifest. It will also help you feel better spiritually, emotionally, your health also. It will help you also to be able to do that. At the same time, it will also help you increase your intuition, and makes you more sensitive also to the touches of the divine, and also to the messages of the divine and your spiritual guides, no. So my suggestion is, for the next few days, at least for a week, no, if you have some tarot cards and you are able to follow this medicine wheel that we have already created for the past three days, no. If you do not have the cards, you just put for example, if you do not have this, you just put patience, and then you put peace, you put fortune's wheel, and you put dove, no. The easiest way is to get a snapshot of these things, no. And afterwards, if you do not have the available crystals that you have here, you take a snapshot of everything with the crystal, you put it on your table, and somehow hopefully these things can be something like that. Or again, you can do is you can gather some stones in nature, and then you use your intuition to create. For example, if you've taken a snapshot and have printed it, you put it on a table or a certain area that is quiet, and then by intuition you scatter all these crystal grids. But for now, at this moment, we're going to make a crystal grid so that you'll have an idea of how to do it. But at the same time, also, as we arrange the crystal grids, you are already receiving positive energies from the grid that we will be creating. But this time I will not use we are going to use the intuition, but at the same time we will try to arrange the cards using these cards of the gems that are available here. Okay, so I'm just gonna shuffle these lists of the cards, no? Okay, and then we will see. Okay, and then we'll try to see. So what we will do is we will fill up first the 4 corners of the earth. Now we start with south. So what crystal will we place on the south? We have the blue sodalite. Okay, here is the blue sodalite. We will put the blue sodalite here. Okay, so we put the blue sodalite there already. And then what do we put on the north? Okay, for the north we will put amethyst. So where is our amethyst? Amethyst is here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so amethyst is here. We put amethyst in the north. There's still another amethyst, so we will still include the amethyst here. Okay, I will shuffle it again. Okay, so this is our crystal grid for now. Now we will fill up the western part. Now let us see what is the crystal that we will place. The black obsidian. Okay, we will put the black obsidian. Okay, we still have 2 black obsidian, so we'll put this black obsidian there and put the other one here, and then we place again the black obsidian, shuffle again the cards. Okay, now we will fill up the eastern card. Okay, the card that represents the east. Try to get what. Okay, another black obsidian. Okay, so 1 black obsidian here, 1 black obsidian, amethyst, and we have here the blue sodalite. Okay, and then we have the lapis lazuli, which we already have here from the start, no? So we're not going to use that card anymore. So we finished already the black obsidian, we put it there. Okay, we try to see. Now we will fill up the 4 elements. We will start with the element of earth. So what will we put with the element of earth? We have the green calcite. This is the green calcite, no? Quite big, no? Beautiful. Okay, we put the green calcite there. Haha. Okay, suddenly I want to see what. Okay, the green calcite amplifies and cleanses energy. Okay, so we place it on the devil, so it will cleanse the energy of the bad energy that we have here on the area of the devil. Okay, quite interesting. Okay, now let's try to see for the element of air, what will we put? Okay, for the element, another amethyst. Okay, so we will put another amethyst. Oh, very nice, no? It helps the third eye. This woman cannot see, no? She's blindfolded, no? Quite interesting. So we finish already the amethyst. We put it there. Now we try to see what we put on the element of fire. Okay, what do we put in the element of fire? The green aventurine. Okay, green aventurine. We put it here. Okay, so the green aventurine, this chakra of the heart. Okay, so you will be creating boundaries for the heart. Okay, now we go try to see what we put to the element of water. Okay, what do we put from the element of water? We have the red jasper. Okay, this is the red jasper. We put the red jasper here. There's still another red jasper here, so we will still include the red jasper here. And then we will fill up now the messages from the divine and the ancestors. Okay, see, shuffle it. Okay, what we will start with this one with the message of the divine. Try to see what red jasper again. Also, we put the red jasper here. Okay, okay, and then we finish already the red jasper. Now we try to see what is left here. Okay, let's see. Okay, the rose quartz. This rose quartz goes to the archangels. Okay, there's another rose quartz here, so we will have to put it there. Okay, now I will close my eyes so that you will not see anything. Okay, 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 okay. Now I open my eyes. What is this one? Tiger's eye. So the tiger's eye goes to our ancestors. Okay, there's still another tiger's eye here, so we will put it again there. Okay, we will start to see, no? Okay, what do we put for our animal guides, no? Which are the doves. Okay, okay. Tiger's eye again. Okay, so tiger's eye again in our doves. No, okay. So these are the things that we have here. Now, where do we put this one? Okay, so this is the clear crystal. The clear crystal magnifies everything, no? Okay, so my intuition tells me we should put the clear crystal here. Okay, now we still have, oh, we still have one adventuring, no? We still have one adventuring. Let's see, green adventuring, and then we finish already with the tiger's eye. So we have one adventuring and one rose. Okay, so where will we put them? Okay, let's put them here, here and here. Suddenly I have a desire to place them here. Well, that completes our medicine wheel. Okay, so I suggest you, if you can take a snapshot of this one, no, you can reflect on it. No, so this is just an example of your grid. Now, when you have a grid like this, you can add certain things. No, like for example, the feathers that you might encounter along the way. No, you can add it here, like this one. No, put them there. Okay, put them there. No? Something here. Okay, so it depends on you. No, the important thing is that if you can have this thing, no, like for example, if you can take a snapshot, or you can make it your the background of your desktop of your computer for the next for the next 1 week, no, so that will be your electronic crystal grid, no, so you put it in their background, and actually you can have it for a long time, no, as you undergo the process of healing, you have it as your background in your computer. So you take a snapshot of this video, and then afterwards you make it as your background picture in your computer and have it with you for as long as you want, no? Or if you can reproduce this in your room, then you can place it in your room, and then every once in a while you come back to it and reflect on it, not try to see what else you can learn from it, no? So you work onto yourself. So the medicine you will usually you keep it with you for a certain time, as long as they are helping you, and then afterwards, if they have finished already helping you, then maybe you can create a new medicine wheel. So it depends. So like for example, now we did a medicine wheel right now, so hopefully after a certain period of time, if we can do it once a month, then that would be good. So it will depend, no, it will depend on the flow of the spirit. So this concludes our a 4-part medicine wheel for pile 1. I hope this has been a very fruitful experience for all of you, and remember, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates with you, and hopefully whoever, this is also a timeless reading, so whenever you encounter this video, that is the right time for you to encounter them. Well, let us now go to pile 2. Okay, welcome to part 4 of our medicine wheel, no? And this is for pile 2. Okay, so just a little summary, no? So in the past we created in part 1 we created the 4 corners of the earth: south, north, west, east, and if you would like to see what happened in the past, then in part 1 there are links provided in the description box so that you will be able to review what had transpired during part 1. In part 2, which is day 2, we also increase the medicine wheel by putting the 4 energies of the earth. We had the earth, air, fire, and water. So it had evolved like that. And then on the 3rd day, on part 3, we received some messages from the divine, the universe, and our spirit guides. Here are the messages that was given. So now we have a big picture of what is happening now. Now we're going to create a crystal grid by putting them here on these cards that are present. What is the advantage of a crystal grid? Now, a crystal grid is usually, how do you create first a crystal grid? A crystal grid is the placing of crystals into a certain pattern. No, it's like a certain architecture of the crystals. No, and usually we do it by intuition. We follow our intuition and we put specific crystals or stones and other materials that are precious to us to place it in there. In one, maybe you could place it in one corner of the room, and then you put those crystal grids and you allow it to stay there to help you for the week. So it can be a good practice also every day, every week. You create a crystal grid and you just place it in your room following your intuition, and then it will help you grow in your spiritual journey. And then after 1 week, you can renew it again, or maybe you can do it once a month, or things like this. No, so this is what we're going to do now. We're going to create a crystal grid, no, and we're going to use some these cards that represent all the crystals that are available here, and then we're going to place them here. Now, what are the benefits of the crystal grids? Well, first of all, they promote health. No, so if you have some illnesses right now, it will promote health not only physically but also spiritually, in your mind also, and in your heart. So this is one good advantage. It will remove also negative energies in your life, no, especially in the room and everything like that. No, it removes negative energies and it promotes positive energies. The crystals, when they are together, especially when there is a clear quartz, no, they enhance each other's energy and they energize us, no. Especially when the crystals are exposed to the moon at night, no, and then exposed to the sun at day, no. But in the meantime, we're going to just place the crystals. So this will be you can do it also later on. No, you can get an idea of how I do it, and then later on you can do it also on your own, following your intuition. Or at the end of this one, of the video, you can take a snapshot of this one, and then you can put it in the desktop of your computer as a background for 1 week, or for 2 weeks, or maybe for even a month, no. And then every day you can look at this crystal grid that we have created, and then it can be source of reflection for you also, to see the cards, also the messages that the cards will say. At the same time, also the energies that will be coming from the crystal grid in the image, no, will be beneficial for you, no. So this is another thing that you can do. You can take a snapshot of it, or you can recreate it. If you have the crystals available also with you, you can approximate it, recreate it. Or if it's not if you do not have crystals, you can go out to nature and gather stones, no, and then approximate the colors. Like for example, this one is reddish, no, this one is yellowish, no, the other one is black, no, like dark, no, and then you can get bluish also, and greenish colors, no. So you can approximate it by getting rocks, no. It's good to go around looking for rocks also. Sometimes there are some rocks that have a special affinity for you, no. And just like Waite encourage, like going about looking for energy spots where you can benefit from it. So there are special spots also in the area near you that will energize you, just as there will be also some rocks that will energize you. Now, without further ado, let us go and fill up this and create our energy grid for pile 2. Okay, so we will randomly shuffle these cards and try to get we will first start with the 4 corners of the earth. We'll start with south. Okay, so what will we put to that? Tiger's eye. Okay, we have one tiger's eye here. We will place tiger's eye here. There's another tiger's eye here, so we will place it again back here, so that we'll be able to get it again, no? Okay, so tiger's eye is in the southern part, and then now we will try to see. Okay, what do we put now in the northern part? Okay, green calcite. Okay, this is the green calcite. We put it in north. Okay, now we go to west. There's only one green calcite. Yes, there's only one green calcite, so we will already remove that, and then we just go around. Okay, we'll try to see what will we put on the west. Okay, let's see what we will put on the west. What shall we put on the west? Okay, red jasper. So we will put red jasper here on the west. Okay, there's still another red jasper here, so we will bring it back here so that we will still get something for the red jasper. Now we think of what will we put on the east. What will we put on the eastern part? Okay, this time we get this one. Again, red jasper. Wow, look at that. So they parallel each other. Okay, so we finish already with red jasper. Now we try to see what else can we get. Okay, so what crystals else are available here? Tiger's eye again. Okay, we start that with the earth, no? Yeah, tiger's eye, we'll start with earth. Now we go to air. We finish already with tiger's eye. So, very interesting, no? Tiger's eye is in the lower chakras, no? And very much related to earth energy. And yeah, it has the color of the earth. Okay, interesting. And the empress is also related to the earth. And when you look at it, now the tiger is there also. Now red is like the color of fire, no? And there, the inner strength also. Oh, look at this, no? You try to later on, you try to study, no? Maybe there is a certain relationship between the cards also and the gemstones, no? Clear quartz. Okay, so we still have, okay, this one clear quartz we will put here. Okay, I'm sorry. The one here is, we put the other clear quartz there. Okay, so we leave that one here. So I don't know why the clear quartz is still there. Maybe there's a reason we need to put it there, no? The king, oh, something very, yeah, this is like a sword, you see, it's pointed, so it's I think it is really meant to be there. Okay, we try to see now. We will put now in the fire. So what do we put in fire? Okay, what is this one? Rose quartz. Like fire, no? We put the rose quartz here. There's another rose quartz here, so we will put back the rose quartz. No? Now I will close my eyes. I don't know what will happen. Okay, I really am doing this randomly, so I do not know. Okay, now what is this one? Let's see. Rose quartz again. So there's another rose quartz we will put in the water. Okay, now finish with the rose quartz. There are only 2 left, but there are still some colors here, no? Okay, wait, there are several cards that are still left here. I don't know why I left them behind. Wait, we will go get them. Okay, no wonder there are some here, because there are 3 more cards that I left behind. Maybe there's a reason why they were left behind. Maybe they were meant to really be placed in these other parts, no? So now we will go to the messages from the divine and the universe and our spirit guides, no? I don't know, no? I really didn't, it was accidental, or maybe not really accidental, it was meant to be, no? That the 3 cards were left behind, because I was wondering how come there's still some crystals here and there are only 2 cards left. No, maybe because it's like that, no? Okay, for the message from the divine and the universe, green adventuring. Okay, this is the green adventuring. There's another small green adventuring here. Okay, the green adventuring comes our nervousness, huh? Yes, strength. When you are strong, well, there's a nervous energy of strength also here, but yeah, when you are strong, there's a lesser chance for being nervous. It comes our nervousness, not the courage comes our nervousness. Well, very interesting. Okay, let's go for the message of the angels. What is this one? Green adventuring again. Okay, so it seems that the angels and the divine are having the same messages for us right now. Okay, what else do we have? What is this one? Lapis lazuli. Okay, lapis lazuli is for our ancestors' messages. There's only 1 lapis lazuli that I have here. Okay, so what else do we put? Okay, 1 more. Black obsidian. Okay, for our animal spirits, we're going to put the black obsidian. It's good because the animals are, as you can see here, elephants, no? The elephants are very heavy. and they are grounded. And black obsidian promotes being grounded. There's still another black obsidian here, and there's another one here. It's the blue sodalite. These are the extra ones, and I think my intuition tells me we should put them here. This completes everything. The crystal, the clear crystal, supports all the major chakras. This one, the third eye and the crown chakra. This one is from the throat. It can also go to the heart. This one is on the lower chakras. It will make you grounded. So you are being in touch with the divine at the same time being grounded. So this is our crystal grids. Now you have the option of putting also things that you treasure, like for example the feathers that you get when you are walking. I usually pick up the feathers that I get when I am walking, and then suddenly I see a bird's feather, so I'm going to put it here. So you put it there and there. You do it spontaneously. You put it wherever you want. So you, to adorn your crystal grids, you can put other things that you treasure. So this is what has happened. Okay, so now you have this crystal grid. So my suggestion for you is, you can recreate it. You try to recreate it, place it in your room or in your office, and let it stay for a week or more, depending on your intuition, how much you are going to need it. And then you will try to be aware of the changes, the positive changes that it will give to your room and to your office, and also to your well-being, sense of well-being. At the same time, you can also take a snapshot of this one, and then this snapshot you can put into your computer's desktop, or you can even print it, and then place it in your room, or place it in the desktop of your computer as a background for a certain period of time, maybe a week or maybe a month, depending on that. And hopefully, I don't know when we will have another medicine wheel session, but hopefully maybe if we can do it every month, it would be nice. But it will depend on the flow of the spirit. I am also allowing the spirit to guide me through in my own personal journey. So this is your spiritual grid, pile 2. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for those who have gone with me throughout the 4 parts of this medicine wheel series, and may God bless all of you. Thank you. Thank you to the divine. Thank you to our spirit guides. Thank you to everyone. Okay, so we now go to pile number 3. Okay, pile 3. We are now in our final stage of our medicine wheel formation. Okay, so just to have a short run through of what have just transpired already from part 1 to part 3. Now this is just a short run through of how we did it. But if you want the really detailed readings, the links will be provided in the description box. Okay, so what we did in part 1 is that we first laid out the 4 corners of the earth. We did the south, north, west, and east. The west are the things that we just closed in our life, and then the east are the new things that are beginning. The one in the south is the things that we are consciously aware in our present life, and then the one here is in the spiritual realm, the things that are happening in the present but we are not aware because they are in our inner self. And at the same time, this is the main theme. And then afterwards, on part 2, the next day, we further developed the medicine wheel by providing the four elements of the earth. This represents the earth element, air element, fire element, and water element. So this evolved. And finally, in part 3, we included the messages from the divine, from the angels, from our ancestors, and from our spirit animals. So now we have a beautiful spread of these cards. Now what we will do now is to create a crystal grid. Okay, now how do we create a crystal grid? Usually you can create a crystal grid by just following your intuition. You place the crystals in a certain architecture or a certain pattern by following your intuition. Now what we will do is we have cards that represents the crystals that are available here, and this is what we will do. The cards will tell us where to place these crystals here. Okay, so what is the benefit what are the benefits of a crystal grid? So they say that the crystal grid promotes healing of our spirit, mind, heart, and body. At the same time, they also remove negative energies in our life and also in our vicinity. So when you create a crystal grid in your room, no, it will sort of remove negative energies also in the vicinity of your room. And at the same time, it also is good for manifesting things. And also, this one also gives you positive energy. So it recharges you, especially when you have clear crystals like this one, because the clear crystals emphasize or magnifies the effect of the other gemstones. No, so what I have earlier, I have in the other piles, what I did is I also included the placement of the other crystal, clear quartz in the choices. But before we started, somehow my intuition made me place these two clear quartz here at the center. Made me think that somehow with them in the center, they will magnify the other gemstones that will be surrounding them. So that is what we will do. So now let us try to see. We will start with the south, north, and then west and east. Okay, so we'll try to see what gemstone can we place in the southern part. Okay, so we have the green adventuring. Okay, so this is the green adventuring. We place them here in the south. Okay, so this is like the pentacle that the knight is looking at. So we set it aside already. Now we'll see what is the next gemstone we can put. We have lapis lazuli. Okay, lapis lazuli will be placed here in the north. Now what will we place in the west? Okay, there's only one lapis lazuli, so we let go of that already. So we will see what will we place now here on the west. We place one rose quartz. Okay, so one rose quartz, which is heart, no? Inner strength. The heart is strong. A heart that is loving makes us reach out to others who are somehow very like a lion, no? those people with the element of level who are like lions in our life. We're able to reach out with courage and love to them. Anyway, I just suddenly came to me. Anyway, oh, by the way, there's still another rose quartz here, so we will still include the rose quartz here, and we will see where they will come out. Okay, so let us shuffle it again, try to see where we can get what is the next. We will place it in the east. Okay, east. Oh, so in the east we put the tiger's eye. We still have another tiger's eye, so we will return it here and randomly shuffle them again. Now we will fill up the position of the earth. Okay, let's see. Red jasper. Okay, okay, that's good. We put the red jasper here. Oh, love is in the air. Red. No. The heart chakra is usually represented by the rose, no? But it's still red, no? Red is, I don't know. Generally, we look at red as love. Okay, so let's see. There's another red jasper. That's why I returned it. No. Now let's see, what do we put there in the air element? In the air element, we put amethyst. Okay, there's another amethyst there, so we replace again the amethyst. Okay, what will we put now in the element of fire? Element of fire, rose quartz. Okay, so this another love is in the air. Oh, finally, we finished already the rose quartz. So let's see, what will we put on the water element? Okay, water element, red jasper. Okay, so red and red, and then the lower part like the earth. Okay, so we finished already the red jasper. Now we will try to see the message from the divine and the universe. Okay, or the universe. So we try to see what gemstone, amethyst. So we put this amethyst here, which is very much related to the crown chakra. Very interesting. We finished already the amethyst. Okay, there are still 4 here that are remaining. Okay, we see here green calcite. We already did the green calcite. Why did I have the green? Oh, I made a mistake. The first one we saw was the green adventuring, right? No, yeah, it was the green adventuring. I'm sorry, pile tree, please forgive me. So it was the green adventuring. Wait. message from the angel is the green calcite. So this green calcite we place here for the messages of the angel. Okay. And the aventurine we place here. Okay. So we finished already the green calcite. Forgive me, sign of old age. We place it back again because there's still another green adventure in here, no? Okay, now I close my eyes. So you don't see my eyes, but I have it closed and I don't know where it is, no? This is random already, so I do not know what is the next. Okay, tiger's eye. Okay, we put the tiger's eye here for the message of the ancestors. Okay, finally, whoever will be left, I feel we should place here at the center. So there is the tiger's eye already finished, so there are only 2 left. Let's try to see which one of the 2 will be placed on the animal spirit guides. The green aventurine. Okay, so the green aventurine here. Okay, for the kingfisher. Finally, what is left is the blue sodalite, and this is the blue sodalite. The blue sodalite we will place here in the center. So there we have now your crystal grid. Now you have several options to do. One is you can try to reproduce this at home. If you have similar gemstones and you also have some cards, available cards, then you can do it, no? Or if, for example, you do not have the cards but you have the gemstones, no, you can take a snapshot of this card formation and then you can print it and you put the gemstones on top of it. No, the other option, so that's the second option. The third option you can do is, if you do not have the gemstones, you can again use the snapshot, the printed snapshots, and then you go to the field, you go out to nature, you try to get stones with similar colors, no? Some with greenish color, some with bluish color, some with white. White color can represent the crystal, the red stones represent the red. Those that are, this one is a little bit yellowish, no? So you try to get them, no? There's also another thing beautiful about going about looking for stones. There are certain stones that have affinities for you. Sometimes you touch a stone and then you feel drawn to that stone. Well, you take it because they enhance you, no? They have a positive effect on you. Like, for example, also when you go out into nature, there are special spots that are very positive for you. This you can call this as energy spots. So my invitation for you is you go out to the parks or nature that is around your place and you try to look for spots where you feel positive, you feel energized, you feel all the good things come to your mind, no? When you get to see them, these are energy spots, no? The energy spots are areas that magnifies emotions, magnifies our energies. These are strong, no? So when you go to these energy spots, you have to be careful also. If you are angry, do not go to these energy spots because you will be more angry. If you are but if you need to be recharged, if you need some energy, you feel tired, you can go to these energy spots to recharge yourself. So it's like that also. So if you have negative emotions, no, better clear them away first before you go to these energy spots because it might enhance it the more you become negative. Okay, so be careful also. So, but if you have positive thoughts, it will magnify the positive thoughts. So this is also another thing that you can consider. No, going back to these crystals. No, so the third option you can do is you can get stones that can approximate these crystals because they follow the same colors. If they have the same color, the effect on the chakras will be somehow similar also. No? And in a certain sense, in a general sense, they can be similar. No. At the same time, you just put them in the printed part of it. No, another thing you can do, which is much more easier, is you get a snapshot of all these of this pattern, no, this crystal grid that we have just finished. No, you take a snapshot of this, and then you put it in the desktop of your computer, and just leave it there for several days. No, usually when you create a crystal grid, when you create it in your room, you let it in your room for a certain period of time, maybe a week or 2 weeks, depending on your need. You will know it. The more you need it, just let it be. As long as it's giving you positive energy, helping you grow, let it be. Somehow your intuition will tell you when it's time already to dismantle this greed and create a new one. Okay, now, it's good to have this greed because when you place it in your room, it somehow by following your intuition, it will create a certain also energy field wherein you will feel more at ease, sort of like a sanctuary for you. No? So these are the effects of the spiritual greed. So the last thing that I suggest is you get a snapshot of this one, place it as a desktop in your computer, or you can also print it and just put it in the table of one area in your room, or maybe hang it by the wall, no? And then every once in a while you can look at them and reflect on them, get more insights. It's like reading good books, no? You look at them and then you get one insight, and then afterwards you leave them behind. When you return to them again, you get newer insights, no? And you get to, so this is a continuous process, no? It's part of your healing. As you try to heal yourself, as you try to grow in your spiritual journey, going back to this one will give you newer insights, no? Because you are no longer the same since the last time you looked at the crystal grid. The last time you look at this crystal grid, from that time you grew already as a person. So the next time you come back here, there will be newer insights. So it's the same as reading a book, you know. And so it's like that. We gain more insights and we learn more things about it. No? So this is your crystal grid. No, I hope this has been a very fruitful medicine wheel for you. I don't know when we will have another medicine wheel. Hopefully in the near future we will have. No, if we can do it every month, that would be nice also. But it will be depending on how the spirit will move. No, our reading is, my reading also is evolving. No? For one moment I am inspired to do one thing, and then later on it changes. No, that I am being directed to do something else. No, so I follow. No, I just go with the flow. So sometimes what you would see, I would have a certain series. Like for example, I have this series of earth, wind, fire, and water, and it speaks of the element. And then I have this also series right now of learn, love, work, and the fire within. No, there's another one. No, now I don't know until when they will continue. And then every day I also have these timeless oracle readings. Now these timeless oracle readings are just short oracle cards like this one. No, and then we just reflect on the oracle cards. And if there's a need to read the description, we read the description. These are just short ones. No, I also do not know how long it will be. No, and how the spirit will move. So things will be evolving within the channel. So it depends. No, it depends on how the spirit will move and how the spirit will guide us. So every once in a while you would see different series that will be evolving. Who knows, maybe we will come back to another series that we already left behind. I don't know, it will depend. No, we just try to be docile with the movement of the spirit, so that we will be able to always have that right timing as we respond to the time of the spirit. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for being with me, and may the divine always bless you and always show you his or her love.